now let's start with the next session on MapReduce. So till now, you might have heard about MapReduce in Java. If we are doing MapReducing using Java, then we need to write a number of lines of code, and the code is very lengthy. Number of lines are quite larger in number. But if we are doing map reducing with the help of Hadoop, then it's quite easier. It don't need that number of lines. It simply do logic, because map reduce is a feature that is being provided with Hadoop without writing Java code, because Hadoop itself is designed using Hadoop. It is based on Hadoop only. So the agenda. So the agenda for this session is to understand what is MapReduce, what are the various use cases of MapReduce as a logical data flow, how to separate the input, what is the purpose of record reader, mapper, sorter, shuffle, reducer, which are basically sub stages of MapReduce, and then MapReduce design and execution. So this was the slide which we have already discussed. You might have seen this in our previous sessions, which describes Hadoop with certain other parts, with the main features, or you can say main core components of Hadoop also. So basically Hadoop has two core components. One is HDFS, another one is MapReduce. In the previous session of today, we have discussed in detail about HDFS, that is how the file is being managed, and the default separate size 64 MB, how to recover from failure, and what is the actual deployment in the production environment using HDFS. Now in this session we will be discussing about MapReduce, which is another core component for Hadoop, and it is from basically programming aspect. So I will give you one wonderful example which says Google claims that it has solved data close to exactly 20 petabytes with MapReduce and problem. So I'm repeating, Google claims that it has handled data that is close to 20 petabytes per day with the help of Hadoop map reducing feature. So there are other parallel processing frameworks also. MapReduce is one of the parallel computing framework. We have another, that is Spark. SPARK, Apache Spark. It is again framework for the facility of map reducing. So, but the Spark is better as compared to simple map reduce of Hadoop. But the basic idea of implementation of Spark, which is even better, but the idea is basically borrowed from Hadoop MapReduce only. By understanding MapReduce, it will become easier to understand about Spark. So now consider this input file. Here I am considering one input file as example. This is a beautiful example for this. So now consider this input file which has two lines of input data. Here we are having two lines. One line is, this is not a secret if you read it. Second line is, it is a secret if you don't read it. So this is simple input text file written in blue color, which consists of two lines. This is not a secret if you read it, and then next line, second line is, it is a secret if you don't read it. So this secret.txt file consists of two lines of data. The problem statement is you identify the frequency of the word count, that is how many times the word appears in the given text. It means this is a word count problem. We have to count the number of words, which says we are also counting the frequency, like how many times this appears in this text, how many times is appears in this text, and so on. So it is basically identifying the frequency of the word count that appears in the given text. Now, if you are from programming background, what will you do? Any idea? You can write in the chat box. You have to write a code, a program for solving this problem, and the problem statement is count the frequency of occurrence of each word in the text. You will be using a string file as input file with the help of file handling. Then you will write the logic and give the output. So this is very easy. If you are from programming background, you will simply say, yes, this can be solved with the help of using Java, C, C++, Python, or whatever, or in whatever programming language you are comfortable with. So you can write a simple program which counts the frequency of this word in any of the programming language. Then what is the big deal? Why we are talking about the feature of MapReduce? Because this problem can be solved in by any of the programming language. So this is absolutely fine. You can do it with any of the programming language, but it is fine only if the text file is small, just like in the given example that consists of only 2 lines. So, but if you are trying to solve a problem with 20 billions of lines of data, so this is not a good idea to solve such a problem using single system, using a traditional language or traditional system. Now suppose you have 20 billion lines and you are using any C++ or Java program to count the words frequency, then your system will got hang somewhere, and it will take a long time to give the output. So this is not a good idea to deal with big data like problems by using a single system, a simple programming language. So in that case, we have to distribute the problem to multiple systems which are running in parallel. So that is HDFS, that is Hadoop file distributed file system, in which a task is divided, data is divided into different data nodes, and those data nodes are nothing. They are just having certain problems or problem solving algorithms running on them that will contribute towards the final solution. So in this case, the best idea, good idea is to use parallel processing framework. Such type of big problem can be handled with parallel processing framework like MapReduce. Here we are actually using MapReduce framework to solve our example. Now MapReduce, as its name suggests, is a two-stage approach, that is map plus reduce. Within each stage, we have 3 substages. So in map stage, we have 3 substages. At the same time, in the reduce stage, we have again 3 substages. So first substage is a record reader. It is a built-in program. So a record reader, which is the first substage under map, is, because we are having 2 stages, one is map stage, another one is reduce stage. So under map stage, the first substage is a record reader here. So it says within each stage we have 3 substages. The first substage is record reader. It is a built-in program. Remember, a record reader is a built-in program. It is pre-programmed to do a certain thing. It's going to read the entire file line by line. When it reads the first line, it produces 2 outputs. It is reading the files one by one, and it will produce 2 outputs. Whenever it reads the first line, it will produce 2 outputs. Output 1 will be a number, and output 2 will be the entire. So output 1 output 1 will be a number and output 2 will be the entire line, that is the line itself, the string itself. For the sake of terminology or naming convention, let's refer to these terms output 1 as a key and output 2 as value. So this is for simplicity purpose. So key is typically a number. Key is typically a number and the value will be the full line as it is. It is going to be the entire line. Now the key is 0. Here we say the key is 0. Now we say the key value is 0. This 0 is the offset for the file, which means where exactly the first line is beginning in the file. So just like in file processing environment, we start file processing from an offset value, which is the starting position. Hence, we can say in our problem, our file is beginning at position 0 or the 0th byte. To understand what the idea of this file is, consider the example where we have two lines. Now the line offset for the first line is going to be 0. See, here we say two lines and the line offset for the first line is going to be 0 and the second line begins at location 17. This 17 number is obtained by adding the characters in the first line including the spaces. Now suppose this is here we are counting. If we are saying the word it's, we are having two line file. First line is it's a new file. So here we say it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, total 4 characters and 1 is for space. So total is 5. Now this is a 1 character and then space 1 character, total is 2. Similarly for new 3 plus 1, that is 4, and in file this is 5. Now if we add 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 15, it becomes 16. So the first 16 bytes starting from 0th location has been occupied by the first line. So the next line would obviously will be beginning at location 17. Next, now when the record reader actually reads the first line, it produces two outputs. First is actually a key, which is represented in green color here. So first is actually key, which is represented in green color over here. And the second output is the value. So in our case, this is not a secret if you read it. This was the first line and we have represented it with the blue color. So this is the value. Now the output produced by the record reader is going to the next substage. That is the second substage of the map stage, and it is known as a mapper. Now here we are having mapper. Now if we consider this mapper is not pre-programmed. It is not having default behavior. We can program the mapper. We can program the mapper. So however I say it is another component of the built-in map stage of MapReduce framework, where you have to define the logic depending on the problem. So here what we do, here we define the logic by user. So it is having user defined logic for this depending on the problem statement. Mapper takes the input as key value pairs and produces the output as key value pairs itself. So mapper is to be programmed by the programmer as the problem statement. So what is the programmer for the mapper in this case? We consider programming the mapper. So record reader has a default behavior and the mapper has to be programmed by the programmer. So now in our word count problem, following three stages we have considered three steps. These three steps we have considered. This can be used. This can use any algorithm approach. So in this case we have followed algorithmic approach. These are not predefined hard and fast rules or anything. We have defined the logic according to our problem to solve the problem. So here why we have chosen these steps will be much clear by the end of the session. So just hang out till the end. Be with me till the end to understand why these steps has been chosen. Now consider key value pair which says key is 0 and the value is the entire line, as this is not a secret if you read it. Step 1 says ignore the key can be problem specific. So we can ignore the key, it depends upon the type of problem. So second step says extract each word from the line, which is also known as tokenization. It means we are dividing the problem into smaller tokens. That is applying divide and conquer strategy in this, dividing the problem into smaller words. So step 3, it says for each word associate a key, use each word as a key and associate integer 1 with each word. So in this case, whatever word appears, we assign one value, that is one numeric or digit value with each of the output like this. So output of the mapper will look like this. It says key was 0. This was the input. Now the first word, this has been assigned 1. Is has been assigned value 1. This one 1, for A 1, for secret 1, and so on till the end. Each and every word has been assigned a value that is 1. So this was the basic output for the mapper stage. Now remember that a mapper can be programmed as you like. Output of the mapper, 0 is the key. Entire line of the mapper has received input. Based on the logic, the mapper will produce the input as shown in the previous slide, and value is number or 0 1 or integer. Now next stage is the sort operation. The output of the mapper is going to fed into the sort operation and the sorter. Sorter is also a built-in module which has a default behavior. So here we say this happens in the memory of the mapper machine. We say output of the mapper is fed into the sorter. So we say output of the mapper is fed into the sorter, which sorts the mapper of the output in descending order of the keys. This is no, if this is a number, these are numbers, it means values and numbers, then we can follow the ascending order on digital values 0 1 2 3 4 and so on. And if these are strings, then we follow lexicographic ordering or dictionary ordering, since the keys are string in our case. So consider the example, this thing. So we have certain values. So but sorter will do, it will sort alphabetically. Like this will go here, this will go here, and this will go here. So this is the only thing that the sorter has performed. So sorter can be, basically the sorter has default behavior, but it can also be reprogrammed. It can also be reprogrammed, overridden to sort based on the values if required. Like if we have numerical values or another type of values, we can reprogram the sorter also. So the output will look like this. Input to the sort phase is this. This is the input to the sort phase, and this one is the output. It has been alphabetically ordered, A, do, if, and so on. But each and every one thing is having 1 1 1 value. So can you guess what will be the next stage? Anyone can guess what will be the next stage? Till now we have divided the problem into smaller parts and we have performed the sorting. So on the values MapReduce framework, in any of the module, it's always not necessary that the keys are to be strings, keys can also be numbers, but once you decide the data type, it should remain the same throughout the program. Although it can be reprogrammed, but remember the data type, it should remain same throughout the whole process. So after the sorting has been done, we have assigned 1 to each value. Next is we have to reduce the numbers. Now see, the number of words are quite large, A, and there is some duplicacy also. A is being repeated 2 times, F is 2 times, it is 3 times, then not is 2 times, after that read is 2 times, and so on. So is it not a good idea if we reduce the problem? We can reduce it like this: A, then if, then it, and appearance. Its appearance was 1, 1. If appearance 1, 1, it appeared 3 times, so 3 ones, and do was appearing only 1 time, so 1 only. So what if we write it like this way? It will become easier, and this is the thing that is going to happen in the next substage, but the next substage come under reduce phase. So this is the reduce stage. So now suppose instead of having a small file of 2 lines only, we have a file of 200 MB where split size is 64 megabytes, as we have discussed the split size, default split size in Hadoop is 64 MB. So we could say 200 MB file we are having where the split size is 64 MB. Then we will split by having 3 input splits, that is split 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. For each split there will be one record reader which will read the content and give control to the mapper. The record reader always read one line at a time and gives control to the mapper. Mapper, after processing the file, will give control back to the reducer. Now here, each split is working separately on different data machines. Now, as and when each input file is completed, now remember, we are working in Hadoop cluster where all the data machines are interconnected via means of network gadgets. So this intermediate output produced by sorter is going to be transmitted over the network. It means splits has been performed, then mapping is done, after that sorting has sorted. Now after this, whole the output that is produced by at this stage is going to be separated over the network, and all the devices are connected with the help of certain network gadgets like switches and routers. Now what is happening? There is a huge rush on the network. So the best idea is to merge them into single data file. So this is the best approach which is needed to be performed. Now just like we are having 3 substages in mapper, we are also having 3 substages in reducer also. So this is mapper, this one is mapper, and this one is reducer. So this one is reducer. So reducer also has 3 stages: merge, reduce, and then final this stage. So the first substage in the reducer is the merge stage. Sorry, is the merge stage where the intermediate output generated by each mapper as and when completed is going to be merged on one after another to make one single large file. Like here, merge is being performed and all the files are being merged into a single large data file. Now after the merge operation, there is something called shuffle or aggregate, also known as shuffler. So here we are having shuffler. So let's try to understand its behavior without worrying the meaning of the data that we have discussed, considered earlier. Just understand how it is working. It is simply removing duplicacy, and instance are clubbed in this case. Now what is happening? So shuffling is a phase where Duplicate keys from the input are aggregated. Consider a simple example. We are having different value pairs without duplicate. So we are having key values: apple value is 2, apple value 4, mango value 1, orange value 11, orange having 6. So what will shuffler do? What will shuffler do? Shuffler will produce output like this. It has removed the duplicate value. Apple appears once only, mango appears once only, orange appears once only. But it has aggregated this 2, 4. Now mango 1, so it will remain 1. Orange 11, 6. So it is happening over here in this case. So this is the output of the shuffler. Now consider our example, which was a text that was secret file. So in this case, this was the output from mapper. So in reduced stage, shuffler will produce output like this based on the appearance. It's very easy to understand. Nothing is difficult in this case. Now consider the next stage. Output of shuffler substage is fed into the reducer. Just like a mapper, in the map stage, reducer is also something that doesn't have a default behavior. So see, this is this just look like a mapper. We can reprogram it. This can be reprogrammed as per need of the problem. So output of the shuffler substage is fed to the reducer. Just like a mapper, in the map stage, the reducer is something that doesn't have a default behavior, and you as a programmer have to program it according to the problem statement. So reducer produces the output in key value pairs based on what it is programmed to do as per the problem statement. So have a look. So programming the reducer, it will the input file. This was our input file, and then the output of the shuffler in the input file to the reducer will go like this. So reducer can handle only one key pair at a time. Step 1, input this to the reducer A 1, 1. That is the first line. So after that, step 2, what step 2 will do? The reducer must add the list of values from the input, that is sum 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. And step 3, output the key, the sum of the output value pair as A2. After that, repeat the above operations like this for the entire input. And this was the input file to the reducer, and this is the final output by the reducer. Now I hope you might have got the idea why we have programmed like this, why we assigned the value 1 to this. The only reason is it is very easy to calculate the sum of this. Now for A, program was 1 plus 1, that is 2. For do, it was 1, so remained 1. Now consider for it is simply 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. So this is the reason that I told you that you will understand at the end why this was taken, why the value 1 was taken, and why we have programmed like this, why we have not chosen any other value rather than 1. So this is the reason, because this is very easy to understand and program. So this is the complete structure of our MapReduce of Hadoop. So it says here we are having input file. Remember, this input file is HDFS. This is HDFS format. This is again HDFS format. This is again HDFS. So input is also HDFS, output file is also HDFS. So what is happening in this case? What was this? This was our very first stage, record reader. So this is a record reader. This was record reader. So after record reader takes input line by line, then it tokenization provides it to the mapper. So this is the mapper, and after this mapper, the output file will be mapper is programmed, reprogrammed, and then it is fed to sorter. Now this sorter will sort. After that, what is happening over here? Here we are having multiple files. Why this so? Because the task has been divided into different parts, and now here we have to perform which operation? Merge. Because on the network, in the cluster, the data, all the subparts of the problem are distributed over the distributed throughout the network. So then comes the role of merger, who will get the output from all the communicated sites, and it will merge. After that, shuffler will work. Then we have reducer, and at the final stage, we will get the HDFS file. So this is one more program that problem, that is anagram problem. It says anagram problem we will discuss in the next session. After that, we will move on to hands-on session in Hadoop, HDF and HDFS. In tomorrow's lecture, firstly we will discuss about the basics of anagram problem, and after that we will switch toward hands-on session on HDFS. So if you have any doubt, then